know, we put each other on the spot, I guess you could say, like whatever topic comes to mind, and I'll ask Moon what he thinks about it, and if he thinks of something, he asks me what I think about it, and we ask you guys what you all think about it, and we get your input, and it's one of those just random topics shows. I like Wednesday. I think last Wednesday went really well because I think we spent more time on what was it? Was it Shadow People?
Sorry, I'm doing two things at once. I apologize. I think I've got us back on Paranormal Warehouse. I'm not 100%, but I believe that we are. So if you guys can bear with me, I'm just going to run over to Paranormal Warehouse real quick on my phone and
Let's
see.
see.
And it looks like the desktop top audio is showing up on OBS, so I think we're good. But let me just make absolutely sure. Can you
Let me
guys
see what.
hear? Can you hear us over there on Paranormal Warehouse?
Let's see. I am talking. Let's see. Steve Dunn says, "There you are, D. Feeling better."
Can you guys hear us?
Can y'all hear us? Can you hear me? Can you hear Mooney?
Let us make sure that everybody can hear everything before we get too far into this.
Steve Dunn says, "Hey Mooney, hey D, hey." And Madam Ophelia Red, I love that name so much. She says, "Yep, she can hear us." So y'all
Oh,
can hear
good.
us?
Okay, we're good to go then.
Yay!
Yeah, it's this thing with OBS, guys. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it looks like we're good to go for now. So hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for bearing with us in our crazy technical issues that we always have here. So yeah, and let's not forget too that we're in the middle of a major Mercury retrograde right now, and that screws with just about everything, electronics
It does.
especially. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now.
Ooh, that could be one of the topics.
Yeah, well, I don't like talking about it. It's funny because people are always like, "Oh, Mercury retrogrades are so amazing because they give you time to rest and think about things." I'm like, ugh, as an Aries, that's the worst thing I could do is like sit back and like reflect on my life. I just want to keep going. So it drives me absolutely crazy. Um,
Well,
good.
there you go. That's your opinion on it. You don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not a big retrograde fan, guys. I know, yeah, people always talk about that. They're like, it's such a great thing because you can stop and look at your life and make changes. I'm like, I can make changes on the fly, yo. I don't need that. That means nothing to me. It's fine. I just like moving forward. Thank you very
I
much.
I know that like that retrograde it does. It always messes with everything, and like a lot of times when things go wrong, everyone blames poor retrograde, but sometimes I think they just go wrong because they go wrong. That's just me.
I blame it on the retrograde.
You're like, I don't do anything wrong, so it's not my
That's
fault.
exactly it. So you can't blame me for it. Oh my God! And it's crazy. I had put a post up about this yesterday, but the hatred that's out there right now. Come on, guys! It's absolutely crazy. I put
Uh-oh, what's going on?
well, it's just dumb. I put a thing up. It sounds like I'm doing a commercial. I'm not, but I'm doing lower priced readings for people who can't afford more expensive readings. Basically, I just want everybody to have the experience. But anyway, so I put this thing up that basically said yesterday. I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about doing these readings, and everybody's like, okay, cool,
Hmm.
yeah, sounds good, fun, good deal. And a lot of people got readings and stuff. And one jerk gets on there and he's like, oh, if it wasn't such a fleecing, it would be funny. I'm like, "Oh, come on, dude, just don't be an ass. You don't have to believe in what this is. We're not asking you to. But for people who've experienced it, you're really lessening the whole thing. And then today I made the announcement, okay, yeah, I'm doing it. And again, got a lot of positive responses. And one person comes
Uh-huh.
out there and is like, oh, this is just reprehensible. I'm like, oh, give me a break.
Why?
It's people being dumb and jealous and mean, and I don't like it. I don't like mean people. That's just me. So
Yeah.
if you're mean, don't listen to our show. Go away. We don't want you here.
See, and that's why I don't like to tell you when people are mean to me because I know you'll go off.
Yeah, I do. Because I mean, like, we have that thing about don't feed the trolls, and most of the time you don't feed the
Mhm.
trolls, but there's times that you gotta feed the trolls because you gotta make them sick and make them go away. And
I just need to warn if there's any trolls out there, don't be mean to D
yeah,
because Moon will go off on you.
yep, I will. I promise. Don't be mean to either one of us because there's a whole other side of me that you haven't seen. Believe me, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. It's
Don't want
bad.
to see don't want to see Mean Moon. Mean Moon.
No, Meanie Moon is bad. I know. I get scared of myself when I get mad. So don't be mean. It's a bad thing.
You know what's funny though?
Huh?
Whenever you like when you're mad or frustrated, I can always make you laugh and you hate it.
Yeah, eventually I'm so mad and I'm like ranting and raving, and then eventually Dee will come on and be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, I'm not going to laugh. And I'll keep going. And she'll be like, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, I'm not going to laugh. And then eventually I'm like, oh, ha, ha, damn you. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. I
Mhm.
want to go really quickly because I know everything got screwed up in the beginning. I just want to say hi to everybody really quickly. I know you've
Uh-huh.
already,
Go ahead.
the madam, Steve, Cora. Cora, what should you do for your birthday? Something that involves us. That's what I think. April's here. Hi, April. It's good to see you.
Hi, April.
Gina, it is good to see you. How when your stocking situation work out? Gina, get back to me with that one. I'm not ready for that one yet. We'll start talking about
Thank
that.
you, Kyle. I'm sorry. He says I'm looking gorgeous. I tried my best to not look sick because I was feeling, I'm still feeling sick. So thank you.
Yeah, anyway. I'm just kidding. So Steve says, hey Mooney, hey D. Laura says, yeehaw, yeehaw. And Kyle says, hi D and Moon, as you just said that one, I guess, so we got that one cleared. Uh, Gina hears us. Okay, so I'm going way back here, guys. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Tim, good to see you. Karen, good to see you. Kyle, we love you too, buddy. And let's see here. Jessica, good to see you. You were on the wrong feed. That's my fault, or our technical difficulties fault. That's not you. Um, let's see here. Steve, Cora, April, Timothy. I'm just going back. Madam, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you here. Kristen, always good to see you. Yeah, you know me and the haters, Kristen. I take care of them in my own special way. Um, Arlene, hello. How are you doing tonight? April, Kyle again. Jarrett, hey Jarrett, how you doing? And I think, oh, and Raul Mar. Is it? Oh no, Raul Mar. I gave you a Star Wars name, Raul Mar.
Raul. I was gonna say, how could you,
You're,
Raul? It's Raul Mar. What?
I,
How could you,
I
Raul?
just gave you like a Star Wars universe kind of name. That was pretty
It
cool, right?
sounded, it sounded like you were going Raul, rar.
Raul Mar
Oh my God.
from the
Um,
Dagobah system.
yeah, the Dagobah system gave him a Star Wars name.
Christine has joined us. Hello, Christine. How are you? Oh, and Kyle is insisting that you laugh tonight. I don't think that'll be too hard. She's on a lot of meds, so it'll be easy. Anything and everything will make her laugh tonight. I can almost guarantee it.
Loopy.
Loop D,
Hmm.
Loop D is on. Hashtag Loop D, and that's just the letter D. Hey,
And
Christine. Go ahead.
Angela, I want to say Angela, she just came into the Mixler. And there's eight elsewhere. I don't know who those eight are, but hello, eight elsewhere.
They're listening to us elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
So again, I have to go back to this, and I know I'm kind of repeating from last week, but it is
Mm,
so cool. I hear from people all day, like on Messenger and stuff, to get a hold of me, and we've got so many amazing listeners. I mean, here in America and Canada and stuff, but there
mm-hmm.
is one lady she's just awesome. She's always watching paranormal TV and stuff. She's always talking to me about the things she sees and does, and she is listening to us now, I believe. She said she was going to, but it's 2 a.m. her time. It's
Mm-hmm.
2 a.m. for her to listen. She's like, nope, I'm up. I'm going to listen to the whole show. I'm like, you're going to stay up for 2 hours and listen to our dumb show for 2 hours? And she's like,
It's not done.
well, but I'm like, that's sleep time. And she's like, nope, I'm up no matter what. And then we've got like several people now in Australia that like we're a morning show and they like listen to us on the way to work and at their office and stuff. That's so
Yeah.
cool. So it's just really kind of cool to see how this is growing. And thank you guys, our box talkers, and sometimes you're the box talk squad. I think that's what
Yeah.
Bobby goes by. But
Box Talk Squad.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
Raul says I gave him the best shout out ever, by the way, because he's Roll.
Raul Mar.
Raul from the Dagobah system.
Oh my God. Now I'm just curious, is Raul Mar, is he a Star Wars fanatic?
I don't know, Raul. You'll have to let us know. You have to let us know if you like Star Wars, because if you do, then I think I've really helped you out here.
Um, Moon,
Yes,
have you put out already the banner for tomorrow?
I haven't. I figured if we told everybody what the show is about tomorrow, they wouldn't listen tonight. So I was like, I kind of was doing a marketing ploy. I was like, I'm not going to tell anybody
That's
what's
good.
happening yet, because now you
And
got
I
to
was gonna,
wait.
and I'm glad you didn't because then, it would kind of be like, oh yeah, tomorrow we're talking about blah blah blah, and then we'd end up talking about it right now, and then we wouldn't have anything to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, and I don't even know.
So,
I forgot what we're doing tomorrow, so you're gonna have to refresh my memory. I'm not even sure what that's
well, I'm not
about.
gonna refresh your memory now because
Oh,
then we're gonna. So
okay.
after,
We can always wait. We can always wait.
yeah,
Arlene, yes, I know what time it is. You're here with me in the same state, so we do know it's 5:48 p.m. Uh, Cora is a box talk cheerleader. Love her. Raul Mar says, "May the force be with y'all." But I don't think you can say
awesome.
y'all in the Star Wars universe. May the force be with y'all. Just doesn't quite sound right.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
Uh, you know, a lot of times when you think about like people say like "May the Force be with you,"
Hmm.
I always want to say because like growing up Catholic, you know how like they always say "Peace be with you" and also with you. I always want to
And
say
with
"May the
you.
Force be," yeah, "May the
And
Force
with
be with
you.
you" and also with you. Like I always want to do that. Like
Oh my
so.
God. Let's geek out for a second. So, the new Star Wars trailer.
Oh my God!
Is that not
Yes,
like the coolest thing ever? Box Talk is
yes,
Star Wars talk for a minute, guys. Okay,
yes,
The Last Jedi. What a cool premise that they have going with this whole thing, with this whole idea about like the Sith and the Jedi are like two extremist groups of like a religious
yes.
belief, and we never thought about it that way. Like both of them are so far, left and right, which obviously plays into political
Hmm.
stuff that's going on. We're not going to talk about today, but it's a really cool idea that I think Luke kind of figured out finally that there's this gray area and you're supposed to kind of see both sides and use both
Yes,
sides and
balance.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, because I mean,
Hmm.
we're kind of going back into life here. Like a lot of people talk to me and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, love, light, da 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 da," and I'm like, "Yeah, love, light, and everything. I'm with you on all that, but I'm also a
Hmm.
human being, and I do things that wouldn't be considered, acceptable by certain communities, and I have a drink now and then. I like to gamble here and there, and I like to do little things like that. And in the community that I come from the psychic aspect of things, that's like, oh no no no, hush hush hush. Either
Yeah.
you don't do it or you don't talk about it. And I'm like, be a real person, just be who you are, and it's a gray area. It's
Hmm.
belief systems are what they are, and you kind of have to take everything with a grain of salt, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not trying to discount anybody's beliefs, but I love that premise, the whole idea about one side is so far one way and one's the other way that their common sense lies in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, and I love Star Wars, but the whole the Last Jedi thing and I don't want Luke to die.
Well, we don't know if Luke's gonna die. What
I
what
know, but
But what he said in The Last Jedi, maybe he's the last Jedi and he continues through. He's the last one. He's the last guy. And Daisy
I,
Ridley's
I'm
character is going to
I'm
become the
afraid,
gray Jedi or the gray Force user person.
being the such a big Star Wars geek and stuff, and knowing like the whole like the whole Yoda thing.
Yeah,
I'm afraid he's going to take on like the Yoda role is going to be him, and then he's going to end up dying. Mm.
I'm not feeling that.
No,
I'm not feeling it. No.
I hope that doesn't happen that way. No.
Maybe at the end of the next movie, not this movie, but the next one, I could maybe see that. But I don't think this one. I
Either
think
way, though, because he would be the Yoda. So you know what I'm saying?
I don't like that idea and I reject it. So that's all there is to that. We're just gonna get past that one.
Or
Uh,
just forget it.
Yeah, I just don't want to talk about that now. It's making me sad. Janet Duncan says hello from Smith Center, Kansas. Well, hello. Jessica, tell us no, not yet. Um, April, it's not dumb, it's uplifting from your Canadian paranormal gal. Thanks, April. Yeah, don't tell. I agree. Cora says the force is strong. Laura says no. I don't know what that's about. Jana says, oh my goodness, Smith Center High School. I don't know what that is either. Um, the Madam says Star Wars and Westworld mashup. Bring the two together. That's interesting. I like that. Arlene, Christopher Moon. Ever since my uncle David died from cancer and my friend Linda, for me to have a message from him to my mom. I'm not doing readings yet, guys, but we'll see if we get to that one. Ral Mar, we come in peace. That's for our Star Wars. Arlene, okay, I'm going to get past that. Yoda was from Colorado. What? Yoda was not from Colorado. He was from Yoda Planet, whatever that planet was. He didn't come from Colorado. I don't believe that at all. You're trying to trick us. I know better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
May the force be with you, eh? Canadian style. That's from April. Jenna J.
I like it.
Hernandez. I remember Raul Mar. Nope, they totally messed with the Star Wars saga when Disney bought it. I don't. I like it. I really enjoy it. I'm sorry.
I liked it. I liked what they did with it
Me
too.
too. Sorry.
I mean, I really enjoyed Rogue One.
Me too. I liked Rogue One and I liked Episode 7, and I like it. And I know we're all free to agree and disagree, but I think I like what they're doing with stuff. I
I
think it's good.
do.
I,
I feel like Disney saved
Me
it
too, because
because I feel like George Lucas really like
yeah, those prequels were bad.
well, right? Okay,
Those
thank you.
were
Like
they
I
were
feel like
bad.
I was so angry at him. Like how could he take his masterpiece and just
That's
like
kind of what happened too. It
yeah,
was
he just
pretty.
took his masterpiece and he said, "Oh, we were all excited. All us geeks were all excited. Oh my God, prequels!" And then he just
Yeah, he
I
pretty
just
much just wrecked it. So I got to say, I'm more of a Disney fan. I never thought
yeah,
I'd say that, but I'm actually pretty happy about it.
because I almost feel like Disney saved it because there's a bunch of Star Wars geeks that are fixing it, like behind the scenes, like all the ones that are working for Disney fixing the movies. Like I feel like
Well,
they're doing what the fans want.
they were all kids that were into the original movies,
Yeah.
and they're trying to go back and fix all the mistakes that were made in the prequels, I think, is what's happening.
And I really do feel that Rogue One was like it's a movie that was made like it's what we wanted. It's what the fans wanted. I feel
Right.
like a bunch of fans put it together, and
Yep.
I loved it.
That
I
was a
did.
fan movie. I totally agree with you. I
Was.
loved it too.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is what the madam is geeking over. I totally love Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's so cool. The Bindu. Jenna loves Star Wars. April, I love the new Star Wars. Me too. Cora saw Star Wars Rogue One. Yes, we agree. The Bindus are gray. Oh, okay. See, no, I didn't know that. The Bindu are the gray. So now maybe Luke is heading towards the Bindu, or maybe Daisy Ridley's character is heading towards. Okay.
Hmm.
You can take
Hmm.
light from dark. Yes, you can. I totally agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just for amen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Let me see what's
we're not in the
else
readings yet. I'm
related.
just kind of flying through here.
Okay.
Savannah couldn't have said it better. Can't hear anything with the buffering. Is the buffering better now, guys? Sorry about the buffering if it's happening.
Sorry about the buffering. Um, real quick,
Yes.
Emily in the mixer, she says, "What about the Mandela effect? How they changed Luke, I am your father to just I know I am your father." I just want
Oh,
to
I
say
know.
something
We
real
just
quick, real
had this
quick.
conversation.
Yes.
We just talked
Yeah.
about this for like
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. Mooney and I have talked about this before. Guys, it was never Luke, I am your father. It has always been no. I am your father. I
Hmm.
promise you that has always been the
Yep.
correct line. It's always been. I don't know who thought or for some reason people always thought it was Luke, I am and it no, the correct because
No,
think if you think of the
I
entire
am your father.
yes.
That's how
If
it's
you think
said.
of the entire dialogue, it doesn't make sense had he said Luke because he says the whole dialogue says Obi-Wan never told you the truth about no he's what does he say? Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. And then he says, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." And then he responds with no.
No, I am
uh,
your father.
So that
Dun,
is
dun.
correct.
And then
Yeah.
Luke goes, "No,
That's not true. It's
it's
impossible.
impossible." Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how it went. But I totally agree. That's so weird that that happened because a
Mhm.
lot of people swear that's what it was. And I know I saw it in the theater when it first happened. I know for a fact did not happen that way.
Yeah. I've had that conversation with a lot of people that say, "Yeah, it used to say Luke, I am." No, it's always been no. If you mean because the dialogue, it wouldn't make sense.
Right?
And then like I remember it because I've always play yes, I used to play Star Wars with my brother, and I'll be Luke, you're Darth, whatever, blah blah, and you do the dialogue back and forth, and it's always been no, I am your father.
Yeah, my buddy and I, my buddy Jack Limper when I was a kid, because I was the blonde-headed one, and he was the dark-haired one. He was always Han Solo, and I was always Luke Skywalker. And I remember how it always went down, and we'd have to like improvise with his brother and stuff like that. He still calls me Luke to this day. I still call him Han. That's we're in our 40s, and that's what we do now. It's fun, but yeah, I know that line. I've repeated it 1,000 times and seen that movie more
Yeah.
times than I can count. I know exactly what it was, but that definitely does play into that Mandela effect where
Hmm.
things do get altered all the time, and certain people remember it as it was, and see people see it as it is now. So it's
Hmm.
really interesting, and nobody really knows how that works. It's a dimensional thing, and I think sometimes it just
Yeah.
slips. And maybe it's a time travel thing. You know, they always talk about that. You move a pebble, you kill a mosquito, changes everything. So if there is time travel taking place in the future, who knows? Maybe things are being altered this moment.
Yeah, certain things. Now, I know like that one is one that I disagree with, the whole no, I am your father. But I know that there's others. There's other Mandela effect situations that even I'm like, wait, what? Like I remember it being a certain way. And okay, like for example, have you seen The Matrix?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I know that probably a bunch of the listeners out there have seen The Matrix. So, get this. What's one of the famous in the dialogue when Morpheus is telling Neo when he's talking to him about the blue pill and the red pill? I think it's during that scene, or it's when they're in the actual Matrix with the software with when they're in the. But there's something that he tells him, and it's always been a line,
Hmm.
and now apparently it's not there anymore.
I heard something about that too. And I don't know that movie well enough to repeat it back to you, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. People are talking about that. It's always in a movie or what was the other thing we were talking about? The acceptance speech. They like
Oh
me. They
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
like me.
Yes. Uh huh. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
it's misquoted. Like certain people, like half the population remembers it one way, the other half of the
Yeah.
population remembers it another way. So that also brings in an interesting question with string theory. You know, sometimes
Hmm.
do the two dimensions get too close to each other, and then half of us are in one dimension and half of us in another? We're so close, we're paper thin close to one another, but we remember facts differently. Just little things like that.
Yeah, like where, yeah, it could be that way where some of us are from, like you said, from one dimension, some of us are from the other, but sometimes they sort of interact with each other. So
Right.
yeah, and that's where the whole string theory thing it gets really complicated.
Very.
It gets very complicated because if the different dimensions are interacting, then that means that some of the people from a certain dimension get left off in the wrong dimension. And then maybe some of the people from, let's say if you've got dimension A and dimension B, right? So some
You
people from
lost me.
dimension
Just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry.
and then I probably look all smart, right? Like talking with my glasses and
Right.
see if you've got dimension A, dimension B, and if they interact, then some of the people from dimension A could get left off in dimension B, while some people from dimension B get left end up, going over to dimension A. So that's where the different situations or the sequence of events get mixed up
Uh-huh.
and people misremember things, or maybe they're not misremembering, they're just remembering, they're remembering it the way it happened in their original dimension,
Right.
not. And so then and that's what the last time we were talking about. If we were to take, like, for example, the Mandela effect, if we were to take a bunch of people and actually survey them and say, okay, just question them on, I mean, because there's like a plethora of different Mandela effect situations
Uh-huh.
that people claim that have been different, right? So if we were to actually create a survey and take a bunch of people that believe in it and say, okay, I remember this, or this is wrong, this is different, this has changed, and test them. And then if you were to cross-examine and like sort of compare all the answers and see, okay, people that answered question A the same, they all, the ones that answered question A the same, they didn't remember question B. You know what I mean? Like if you were to see those patterns, and then maybe a different group, they actually answered question A differently from this group, and then you can sort of compare and see if each group is, are they from different lines,
Right.
like in the movie Back to the Future, the space time continuum.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
I, speaking of bizarre things happening, we have I think we have a troll in the chat room.
Oh my God,
I
really?
think
No.
we have a troll who likes to put up angry faces and sad
Oh no.
faces. Because I said hearts, guys, and they decided to put up mean faces and crying faces.
Because maybe I'm not making sense.
No, I just think they're being a jerk. That's my opinion. I think that they just came in here to be an ass. So that's okay. The hearts always win here, guys. We have the most awesome people in the world. You can hit as many of these nasty little faces as you want to, but it won't matter because eventually love always wins. That's just how it
It
works here.
does.
So thank you.
L
Because
like in a Love Kills the Demon, like in that movie. I'm always bringing up movies.
yes, it's always movies.
It's always what's that movie? The one about the killers and they're serial killers. It's a couple.
Oh,
It's
Natural Born Killers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, Love Kills the Demon.
Yeah, I used to when we used to do some shows. We used to start our intro used to be with the Natural Born Killers, with them going back and forth about "Baby, I love you." It was that was I start our show as the Natural Born Killers, and and then we kick into our intro. It was funny. Really quickly, Jana says we live in the gray, the unknown. Mary Bickham says, my grandson is 4. He came to visit a few weeks ago. He went in my room and came out smiling and waving. I asked who he was waving at, and he said, Monster
Hmm.
Man. But he wasn't scared. Do you
Hmm.
know what was going on? Could it have been my fiance that passed or some family?
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah, it definitely could be. I think, Mary, what you're looking at here is, um, you know, kids see things as they see them, and they also relate
Hmm.
things back to things that they've visualized, and the way that their brain patterns equate good, bad, evil, scary, mean, whatever the case might be. I definitely think it could have been, or it could have been another, an interdimensional creature like we were talking about that maybe they couldn't comprehend at the time. So to them, it was Monster Man. But it wasn't, as you said, they weren't upset about what they saw. It really wasn't anything bad. It was just a situation where they didn't really understand it, so it became Monster Man. So I think that that's probably a positive thing.
Hmm.
Stephanie Smith says, "Remember what you told me. As long as what you feel is right, it's okay. If you don't feel that things are doing, if you, that you're doing any wrong in your beliefs, exactly. Inherently, I really believe, and of course, these are my belief systems. I'm not speaking for anybody else, but um, I think when it comes down to it, when you're doing the right thing. Your heart tells you, your soul tells you, it feels good. It's one of those positive kind of things. And if you're doing something wrong and you feel like you have to hide it or whatever the case might be, it's probably not the best thing that's happening. So, yeah, I'm not telling people not to be religious or believe in anything, but I think that we can pretty much monitor ourselves and know what's right and wrong for the most part. Um,
Hmm.
April says, Denise, hush your mouth. No, I agree with Christopher Moon. I don't know what that was about, but she's always right.
For what?
To hush your mouth, I think that's very important. Um,
What about what?
Cora comes in and says something very simple, which is Pika Pika Pikachu, which is very important. Um, Jana J says, from El Paso, Texas, please have an amazing night. I hope so. I hope you have an amazing night. Caddy, hi. Raul, not Raul, Raul. Naruto, he says. Philip says, good evening. Philip, hi, buddy. I just wanted to jump in here again and say hello. This guy is the one who runs the ITC group that he invited me to, and he posts, like daily, posts an amazing ITC fact, a communication fact.
Hmm.
And sometimes it's things that I've known about and I'm just happy sharing the information. And other times he gives me something brand new that I had no idea was out there, which is weird because sometimes it relates back to some of the work that I've done. So it's really kind of cool. So Philip, thanks for coming in. Joyanne Maxon, hi, how are you? Jana, Philip, he just put money. I don't know what that means. Just dollar signs. That's all. Dollar, 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 dollar. That's what he says. Um, uh, Stephanie Smith says Yoda was from Dagobah or something like to that effect. Oh, that's good. I didn't
Yeah.
realize.
Yoda
Uh,
was from Dagobah system.
Laura loves us both. We love her back. I'm speaking for you, D. Edward just read a book about Darth Plagueis. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff. I guess in the I never got into those books, like the after books that were on Star Wars, but some of the stories that I like read on some of these, people go into the Star Wars videos and theories and conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I wish I would have now because there's some really cool stuff that happened apparently after Return of the Jedi era. I wish I would be able to see
Hmm.
that. Madam, yeah, prequels ruined it for me. It was pretty bad. Colette, there's Colette. She's the one I was talking about. It's like, God, what now? 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning for her. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for doing that. Our friend over in England. Kyle says he can't wait till the new Star Wars. Me either, buddy. I'm there. We should all have a box talk viewing party. We should all get together in one state and go see Star Wars all together. We should like rent out a theater and we should
Should
all go in and we should all see it.
project it.
Yeah, I think it'd be absolutely amazing. Oh, Stranger Things, Madam, I love that show. I had one of my former employees actually got me into that show. I didn't even know what it was. It's on Netflix, and all I saw was like little kids riding around on bikes, and I was like, why does everybody like this show so much? But if you were like a child of like the 80s, oh my God, you have to watch this. It's like this paranormal, amazing show. I can't wait for season two. I didn't miss anything already. Tim's seen all the Star Wars. Philip says light from dark. Use bleach. April. Let's see. I'm just reading. I'm your father, Moonie Dee. LOL. Tim says. No, it's not true. My dad lives down the street. Okay. Philip, are we talking? Yeah, we are kind of talking Maury Povich today. This is insane. Look at this craziness that's going on in here. We got sad faces, mad faces, but more hearts than anything, which we love so much. Let's see. Raul says, "What about anime? Naruto or Bleach, maybe? Pokemon? Come on, Samurai Jack." Oh my God! So I thought Samurai Jack. They were doing a promo for it on Cartoon Network the other night. If anybody listens to the band Huntress, the singer, the female singer, Jill Jonas. Oh my God! The one who was doing the promo sounds exactly like her, and I thought it was just me. And then I read this whole forum on people that thought it was her, but it wasn't. So that's a little side note. Anyway, little metal thrown in with our thing with our anime. Philip, you were always Princess Leia. I just don't see you as a Princess Leia, Philip. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't see you as the Princess Leia. It's just me. Oh yeah, Savannah says she shared the video. Hey Savannah, everybody, if you guys wouldn't mind, please, now that we have our technical difficulties fixed here, yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing the video that you're watching right now on your timeline, we would totally appreciate it. We would love for you to bring some of your friends in and become our friends, and we can all hang out here and talk about paranormal and Star Wars and string theory and anime and Huntress, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
And also share the Mixer link on Facebook and on Twitter, because I know you can't share the video on, but you can share the Mixer link on Twitter for us. So if you could go in and do that, that'd be awesome. Amazeballs,
yes,
great.
It would be great, guys. We really appreciate. Jessica Mooney, so you're not going to tell us the big news, or is that tomorrow? I am going to tell you the big news as soon as I get word. I'm waiting for a word from somebody outside of the world that we're in right now to come in and let me know when I can actually share the news. I will do that. Someone named Denial Close just came in. He says, "Hey guys." I don't know. I think I recognize the face. I'm not sure.
Hello.
Is it Danul or Daniel? Did I pronounce it right?
Oh, hello, Daniel Class.
Oh, that guy. Yes. Hi, sir.
Daniel.
How are you? Oh, Daniel.
Daniel.
Remind me.
Hello.
Daniel, remind me later. I found the most amazing exfoliating bar the other day, and I really want to get into this with you. I want to talk about some grooming tips that I've been working on for the show. We're going to get this thing together. I know it's a dream, but we're going to make this happen. Daniel and I are actually going to do a men's grooming show on Paranormal Warehouse. And just for that 2 hours as it comes out, it'll become Men's Grooming Warehouse. So just those 2 hours. The rest of the time, it'll be about paranormal.
Oh, God. And that's the big news, guys.
That wasn't the big news, but yeah.
No, that's the big news. That's the big news.
That was it? Oh, okay, yeah. D said it, so you guys know now. It's Men's Grooming Network. Philip says something that I understand completely, and I'll explain this. All dimensions are currently on Atlanta roads. I will tell you, of all the places that I travel in this entire big world, Atlanta has the worst highway system in the universe. It is terrible. Like, I didn't understand how bad it was until I actually got out there. It's absolutely incredible. Like, it stops. LA is nothing compared to Atlanta. It just, the highway stops, and then like Escape from New York kind of stuff starts to happen on the sides of the road, and there's cops and fire engines and shootings, and it's nuts. So avoid Atlanta traffic as best as you possibly can. All dimensions are currently Atlanta roads. I totally agree with you there. Absolutely.
I have to say one thing real quick. We only have 281 hearts on Mixler, which...
Oh my God, we need more hearts over here too.
Yeah,
Warehouse people, hearts. Angry faces, tears, anything.
No, not angry faces, because then that makes us go down. No, we need
Oh,
hearts. I need you guys to go over to Mixler and love me. I need you to go over there and put hearts, 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 hearts on Mixler, because Mixler's looking so sad right now. It's
oh,
only got 283
that is so
hearts.
Heart's over there too. But yeah, I guess we need him here on Paranormal Warehouse too, guys. It's just well, no, look, it looks like our troll might have stopped or they got tired. Their finger might have gotten tired. I don't know. We'll see. Uh,
Dano, go to Mixler and love me on Mixler and put heart, 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 heart.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to read something from Edward here. What if these alternate dimensions are actually the cause for spirits, and you are just seeing a shadow of someone in an alternate dimension
Yes,
or pick up on
yes.
their energy?
That's another theory. And what that could be is, yeah, that's actually, I've heard that theory where instead of a ghost or a spirit, you're actually seeing each other in this, like, at the same time, but it's two dimensions that have crossed. And like, let's say if I think I see Moonie's ghost, right? And Moonie thinks he's seeing Dee's ghost. It's actually that our dimensions have crossed and we're actually seeing each other at the same time, but I'm in my time and you'd be in your time, but we look
Right.
like ghosts to each other. So yeah, that's a theory.
Can I just do my Charlie Murphy impression?
Hmm.
Wrong. Wrong.
That's a theory. That's a theory. Not that
Wrong.
doesn't explain all ghosts, but it can explain some. Like for example, when people have picked up on like an entity and they say, okay, it's not a ghost, it's not, and it's not exactly what's the word I'm looking for? It's not exactly residual,
Hmm.
and they can't figure out what it is. That's another theory that sometimes it could be dimensions crossing because when you get into talking about like CERN,
Hmm.
the Large Hadron Collider that they have over there.
I'm not
um,
familiar with that. I'm totally kidding. Just relax.
Oh my God, I was about to say. Okay, the Large Hadron. Come on, yes, CERN. Okay,
Yes,
anywho,
I've done a paper on CERN. Yes, I do.
I'm
I
sure
know
you
CERN.
have.
Yes.
Sure. So they've been doing like a lot of experimentations and things that like we don't even know about, and they've actually there's been talks that they've opened a portal to another dimension,
Uh-huh.
or that's what they've been trying to do. I mean, they already know that they've located the God particle,
Right.
and all that, you can also go into like the WIMPs, the weakly interacting those, what I'm talking about, those particles. No, probably not. I'm sorry, but anywho.
I'm following you.
But they've located and they've identified a lot of different things that they hadn't before.
Uh-huh.
And they've also been able to capture and release for like a brief, like millisecond, which was the God. Now they found it. They've been able to entrap it several times, but that's when they first got the God particle, and now they've been able to identify it, which is they call them WIMPs, and it's
That's not
WIMPs.
very nice.
Because they're weakly interacting. Hold on, I know this. Weakly interacting. Something
Particles.
particles, and shoot, it'll come to me. Medications. I know this, but anywho, that's what they named them. And so once when they were able to identify those, they they found out that they were able to do a lot more, and they've opened up portals to other dimensions, but they don't tell us. But that's of course all your conspiracy theorists and whatnot. But in doing that, that's some people believe that's how the Mandela effect and whatnot. That's when that started happening, because when they opened up the different portals over at CERN, that's when the different
But
dimensions started to,
that would be totally out of sequence at that point, because I mean, CERN apparently hasn't done its experiments for what, more than 3 years? I mean, actively 3 years.
No, they've been doing their experimentations
Well,
for more than that, for longer than that.
but publicly. quote unquote publicly. So yeah, that's possible. And I mean, you talk about Philadelphia experiment and things like that. It's been going
Mm-hmm.
on for a while. I mean, they've been doing stuff like this forever. So I could see it. I could definitely see
You
it.
know,
Yeah, who
I don't
knows?
know.
It's kind of a cool thing to think about. I mean, we definitely know. I mean, even just me from using the box, we know that dimensional beings exist. The technicians, most of those claim to be dimensional beings that say that they've never existed here on the Earth plane ever,
Hmm.
and that they're not light beings. So, where are they? Obviously, it's a dimensional break, but things that we don't understand yet.
And so I just think like, what are they doing over there? They're doing so many different experiments and some things that they don't tell us about. I mean, for all we know, what if they've opened up like what if they're the reason that beings from another dimension have now found, I mean, we don't know. They don't tell us what they're doing over there.
Right. Well, they said that what they wanted to do is basically tear a hole in space and time and see what happens. So
Mhm.
if they did do that and they claim that they did, then we know what happened. We know exactly what happened.
Mhm.
So we'll have to go from there. Um,
Weakly interactive massive particles. That's what that's called. Sorry.
Massive particles. Okay, we got it. I wanted to catch up to some of the people here in the chat room really quickly because things are a little nuts over here at Paranormal Warehouse.
Uh-huh.
Laura said, "Would you explain why my sister recalls things?" Would explain why my sister recalls things differently than the rest of the world. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Um, Kyle, who is the troll? Kyle's calling out the troll because you know the best. You want to know how you get when you're successful at what you do.
Huh.
When you get trolls that follow you everywhere you go. And this is starting to happen to me a lot again, so I guess that I'm making my way in the world because I got
There
trolls
you
that follow
go.
me everywhere I go. So yay, thanks troll. Um, Philip says I will flirt with him and then he will disappear. It hasn't worked yet, Philip. It hasn't worked yet. Keep trying though. I encourage you. Um, Let's see. Okay. Laura could also explain several people writing the same story at once. Yeah, that's another
Mhm.
thing that's happened a lot is that there's been accused plagiarism, and these people swear they're like, "I had nothing. I had no idea. There's no way. It's not possible," and it's really not. There's a lot of these bizarre little occurrences that keep coming back up. Where all of a sudden you're finding out that people are writing the same story, the same song, things along those lines. So yeah, it could be a dimensional slip, is what we're talking about here.
Mhm.
Um, Alan wants to know how long the live stream is going to be on for. Sir, I want to assure you that you only have to put up with us for another 30 some minutes, and then we're good. No. I think we're on for another hour and some odd minutes. So I apologize in advance, Alan, that we're going to keep you. And if you got to go, we understand. Uh, Philip says, Laura, that's the Molina effect, which is different than the Mandela effect. Um, let's see. Uh, okay. Kyle's down to the troll. This is Kyle's message to the troll right here because Kyle's all about love. He's like, I can hit the love heart and happy face all day, baby. He's got no problem. He's like I can do this all day. Don't even worry about that. Jessica's like, my thumb is getting tired. We're gonna have to pay her some sort of.
Oh, Bobby has to go. Bye,
Bye,
Bobby.
Bobby. Love you. Sorry you got to go.
Bye. Sorry, you got to go. Love you so much.
Back to Star Wars real quick. Philip says money was all about Lucas. Yeah, I totally agree. Um, Kyle wants to rent out the theater. We're gonna have to work this out. We're gonna have to make this thing happen. I'm telling you. Might not be opening weekend. Maybe a couple of months in, but we'll find a way to do this. Um, hey Denise and
Mhm.
Christopher. That's from Brent. Hey Brent, good to see you, buddy. Just want to make sure we're able to say hi to everybody. I'm not trying to stall the show here. Um, James says you guys are on early. Actually, James, let me explain what's going on here.
On Wednesdays, we're on early.
Or Dee can jump in and cut me off and say exactly what's
You,
going to happen.
you've been talking the whole time. You don't let me talk.
Yeah, so anyway, James, basically we have two shows going on right now. The first one is Box Talk News on Wednesdays. Um, I'll be on Wednesdays and I'll be talking the entire time, not letting Dee talk. And then on Thursdays, we start at our normal time. And at that time, I might let Dee talk if she's really nice to me. But see, here's the thing. This is the reason that I'm talking so much at this point. There's a caffeine aspect to it. That's number one. And number two, Dee tells me before the show, because of the medication thing, she's like, "You're gonna have to talk for me, dude. You're gonna have to get out there and talk for me." So I'm hyped. She like gave me a pep talk, like as a player. I'm like out there, I'm like, "All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna talk. I'm just gonna talk the whole damn time. Don't worry about it, Dee. I got you. I got this. It's all about." But Dee's told two very long stories that she doesn't seem to remember. But I have been talking the whole time, so.
You have been.
Philip says he had long hair once too. He wore it in buns. That was when he played Princess Leia. Let's see here. Colette, our friend in England. Hi, Colette. Thank you for staying up into the early hours of the morning. She's not into the Star Wars, more into paranormal. That's okay. We'll accept you here. We'll accept you here. But Colette, if you really want to be close to us, I'd advise you to go back and watch all the movies. I'm just saying. If you want to relate to all the humor, that might be the way to do it. I don't know. So Dee, what do you think about that?
I don't know.
Not sure. Okay, Bobby in the chat room, even though she left, she can't stay. She had to go. Let's see here. Kyle says, "I'm in Moon and Dee. I want to have my hair done by Moon and Daniel." Okay, so let's get back to the show that Daniel and I will be doing. We're not necessarily going to be doing hair, but
because wait.
Go ahead, Dee. I was trying to give some advice. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you something that's kind of sad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Because you don't let me talk.
Yeah.
I'm only down to 6 people in Mixler now. And I only have...
Oh, I hear violins. This is terrible. Okay, do you take over? You go ahead. Go. I'm just gonna hang up back here. No, go ahead. Let's get her listens back up, guys.
I only have 402 hearts. So, Dee.
I'm just gonna wave over here. I'm not gonna talk anymore. Dee's gonna talk and save the show. Go ahead, Dee. Save the show. Save the show. Do it.
No, go on. Continue.
No. I mean, I'm only trying to impart knowledge on people. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean,
Okay. Well,
we can always talk about hearts and Mixler. It's fine. Go ahead.
Well, actually, okay. Here's the thing. I was gonna say, yes, thank you, Emily. Heart Dee, heart me. So I was gonna say, see, some people don't have Facebook, right? So.
What?
Some people don't have Facebook.
Ugh.
So some people need a way to listen to the show. So because I was going to say, well, since the Paranormal Warehouse live stream is so popular and everyone prefers to be on Paranormal Warehouse, I was going to say, should we just stream from there and not stream on Mixler?
Well, here's my thing, Dee. This is my opinion. I'll just say really quickly because I don't want to take up too much of the show time. But I want to jump in here really quickly and say I think the reason that people enjoy the Paranormal Warehouse side of things so much is because they get to see our beautiful faces, and they get to see us talking and interacting and being crazy and doing the things that we do. And I think that's why they like the Paranormal Warehouse thing. And a lot of people like to use Facebook. And then they don't really have to leave Facebook to do this. It just is like, oh, it's on, and I'm going to share it to my page because I like those crazy people, and that's why I think it's important. But Mixler is like our roots. It's kind of like vinyl, and we've moved on to CD in the progression.
It's true, but you know what? I just got a thought too. It's true. You're absolutely right. Like we
I know,
but oh God, why did I say like that?
Go on, Dee. Please share your thought.
My thought is that I agree with you, and
of course.
Shut up. So I agree with you, but also on Paranormal Warehouse, there's a time when we have to like cut it, right? Because we can't.
Oh, are you talking about the after party thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we do have the after party over on Mixer. We're kind of giving away a secret here. So sometimes, not during Box Talk News, but on the actual Box Talk show on Thursdays, we head over to
on
Mixler.
Box Talk News too.
You don't do it on Box Talk News. I've never been there. Well, I've never been invited. Fine. So I guess it happens every time, but I'm just invited on Thursdays. So that's how that goes down.
Haven't we? Or we only do it on Thursdays?
Whatever, Dee. Whatever.
Why
I'm
would
not.
I be there by
I'm not
myself?
part of the cool kids club. I don't know. You're almost by yourself now. You said you got 6 people over there right now. I don't know.
I am by myself. You're such a. Oh,
Oh.
shut up! It's only because I. You know what? I'm just not. Never mind.
Oh no. Na,
No.
na, 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 na. You remember in The Incredible Hulk, if you guys are old enough to remember The Incredible Hulk, like as Bruce Banner's walking down the road with his backpack on, like hitchhiking down the road, and that sad music that's on as he's walking away? That's what's happening over at Mixler right now for D. So, um, but see, Mixler is dying. It's like a dinosaur. It's dying. It's slowly fading away with this new wonderful technology that Facebook and Paranormal Warehouse has provided us. There's a new world, a brave new world. But eventually, one day, people may go back to Mixler because they're starting to enjoy vinyl again.
Well, people will because when we have to cut it here, it's going to be like, all right, bye. We got to go because we can't we got to go because the next show is going to start. But guess what we're going to do?
Well, we could go to Mixler, or we could just start like a little Facebook chat over on our side and do it over there. I mean, just move it over to
Over there?
over there to my page. We should just go over there. Yeah, it'd be fine.
But that
We
wouldn't
just
make. But
we get
I'm
everybody in a video chat over on Facebook. It would be great. We'll select our specific viewers to come in, and they can hang
but
out
that
with us after
wouldn't
the
work.
show. Oh, totally, it would. I'd just get their usernames and
No,
put them in. We'd have
because
a big
I
party
wouldn't
over
be
there.
there. It would
No,
just be
well,
you.
you'd be there too. It would be a big party. We'd all enjoy it.
I
It'd be
wouldn't
awesome.
be.
You don't understand how Facebook works, do you? That's
You're
why
gonna
you're
start.
afraid of it. That's why you're afraid of it, D. You don't
No, you're
understand
gonna
the
start.
monster
You're
that
gonna
is
start your
Facebook.
your Facebook video. Do do do. Here I am. I'm Moon. Hi guys. I'm talking to you because I'm Moon. Here I am. Oh hi. How you doing? Oh yeah. I'm Moon. Hi. Yes. My hair. My hair's blonde. Hi. Yes. I'm Moon. I know everything. Yes. I'm Moon. Oh my box. Yeah. I have a box and I have blonde hair and I'm Moon. Oh hi. How are you doing? Hi. D. D? Forget D. We don't want D. We only want Moon because Moon has long blonde hair and Moon has a box. Oh hi.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
I'm done.
You know, on the Facebook video, you can actually do 2 people on there. You know that, right? Before you just went off like you did, you can actually put 2 people on there. Like, hey, Raul, we'll see you a little later. He was just,
Oh.
it was fun trolling you. Moonie and Dee have an amazing day. We hope you have an amazing day as well, sir.
Whew.
Kyle, he wants his face silky smooth like a baby's bottom. Now, I'm not really. You see the beard I've got going here. I'm not the one to talk to you about that. You really want to go to Daniel. He is the one who will tell you. We actually call him Babyface. We call him Babyface. So get in touch with him. He'll take care of that for you. Stephanie says you're cracking her up, D. I don't know why. Uh, Philip says he flirted with the troll, so he left. And Philip, we owe you a great debt for doing that. Thank you. James Carter, I heard the theory on Doctor Who. So basically, your entire theory is based on a Doctor Who show. Kyle says, Moon and D, is it true about two-faced mirrors parallel will it open up a doorway? I don't know. D, will it? Will a mirror open up a? Will it? Moon and D, is it true about facing 2 mirrors parallel? It will open up a doorway?
Oh wait, is he talking about scrying? Because isn't that like when you have two mirrors facing each other and you're? Is that what he's talking about?
He's talking about taking 2 mirrors, facing them at one another, and creating a doorway, dimensional doorway.
I think that's. I think it's kind of sort of like scrying, right? Because when you're scrying, well, I've heard of a way where you look into one mirror, but you have another mirror, and you kind of have both mirrors looking at each other, and you sort of create a doorway that way.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I hear what you're saying. I'm not familiar with the theory, but I figured that you knew, so I was going with what you had to say. I understand scrying. Yeah, I get the scrying aspect of it. I've never heard that about putting two mirrors facing each other. I guess it's possible. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think they have something like that at a location in San Antonio. I forget the name of the location.
Oh, you're probably talking about the God, I just completely forgot the name of it. I know what you're talking. It's a mansion out there.
I don't know if it's a mansion or if it's a, but they have something like that. I know it came out on Ghost Adventures, and
Right.
there's a room where they have something like that. One mirror here and one mirror on the top, and
Yeah.
I don't
I
remember
know
the
what you're
name
talking
of the
about.
place.
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. We'll figure it out.
We'll
Jesse,
figure it out.
we'll get it. We'll get back to you. Um, Je- we will. Because that's what we do. We get halfway through the show and then we go, "Oh yeah, I thought that thing we were talking about." Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Jesse, hey Moon, I can sense good. There's the snort. We moved into a whole new world now. Hey Moon, hey Moon, I can sense good and bad things watching me everywhere I go. Is this something? Also, can you see if I have a past life? I'm not really doing readings yet, Jesse, but we will get back to that, I promise. Marianne wants to know who's trolling. I think our troll is left. I'm pretty sure about that guy. Jessica
They
says,
just told me the name. Sorry, they just told me the name in the Mixer chat room.
"Oh, Mixler's good for something. What is it?"
The Black Swan Inn.
Yes, in San Antonio. I've actually been there before. Yep, that's a
Yeah.
cool place. Let's see. Any news on the Golden Rod is doing? How the Golden Rod is doing? Philip, you are busting me up. Between Princess Leia, the Golden Rod, shocking the Golden Rod. Yeah, I have not heard a whole lot about the Rod lately. I talk to Lee frequently, but I have not heard about the Rod. So if I hear anything about that one, I'll make sure to get back to you on that.
Where did that come from?
Philip just threw that out. He's like, "Hey, I remember the goldenrod conversation. How's it going? Anybody shocking it, tickling it? Anybody doing anything? I don't know. I don't know anything about it."
Shocking. No, that's not what he said. He said,
I don't want to get. Damn it, Dee. I don't want to get into this right now. You brought this up. This is your fault. Why is it always like this here? I come in trying to have a good show, and it's always got to be about rods, and it's got to be about all these other things.
you brought it up.
I did.
And what
Philip brought it up. Philip brought
Lee
it up. It wasn't me.
last
Lee's the one caused all the issues. I can't help
he
it that
said
you're making it
that
worse.
he shocked and
He did shock and tickle the rod. I heard about it. I remember the whole thing.
shocked and stimulated.
Stimulated. I'm sorry. Stimulated the goldenrod. He shocked and stimulated the goldenrod. I
There
was.
was an interesting between all the stimulation and laughter.
Yeah.
There was an interesting comment from Gina H. Something she was saying something, so you might want to find it. I saw it there.
Okay, I'm digging through. I'm getting there. April, how are you? Good. Glad you came in. Cora just called out the troll, by the way. Says if the troll has enough balls to put angry faces, it should have enough balls to speak. And that's how Cora. I don't know if you said it that way, but I'm speaking for you, and I agree with you on that. I'm 100% with you. Okay. Timothy says, question. I don't know if you can answer this, but what do falling angels come from? Are we talking about demons? Are we talking about fallen angels as far as biblically, the demonic aspect? I'm going to wait for you to respond to that one, Tim, because I just don't know. Oh, April was late because she had dinner. I talked to her about this on Facebook. She's with us. She had a late running dinner. I'm glad that you met up with us. You missed the troll. You missed rods. You missed Star Wars talk. You missed Dee scolding me and getting it back. It's been crazy. We talked about how Mixler is going the way of the dodo bird. It's crazy. James Carter, you haven't made it until you get haters. I agree with you on that one. Believe me, I agree. I know that. Oh, and then D, just so you know, D, because it wasn't enough to say it, she put in weekly interactive massive particles. Actually typed it into the chat room because she's like, don't forget, I know what I was saying.
Wimps.
Wimps.
Weekly interactive.
Wimps.
Those are the particles that they found in the Large Hadron Collider that they have over at CERN.
Jessica's put 9 million hearts into the chat room. Literally 9 million hearts. Thank you, Jessica. You rule. Mary says, can you tell me anything I might need to know? Don't eat yellow snow. I don't know if that's what she was going with that. I'm not positive on that.
No, I think she wants a reading.
But it's not reading night.
It's not a reading. I'm sorry, guys. It's not a reading show. I know everybody wants Moonie's gifts.
Y'all want a piece of the moon. Y'all want a piece of the moon.
Mm-hmm. It's not a reading show.
It's not a reading show.
It's not.
I'm sorry. I'm only here to entertain. We're just going to whisper the rest of the show.
Let's just whisper.
That's all we're going to do.
It sounds good this way.
It's Bach Whispering Night.
Bach's Whisper.
Bach's Whisper.
Bach.
Which will incidentally be our new show on Sundays, Bach's Whisper Talk. Colette says she's staying on here. Stephanie wanted to inform us that she's eating while she's watching. You know, I want to be clear about this. I think she brings up a good point. Stephanie, yes, feel free to eat anything that you choose to while you're watching our show. You can do housework. You can do homework. You can have the TV on in the background if you enjoy sports. But it's very important that you keep us on while that's taking place. I think that Dee would agree on that one.
I just interesting comment, Mixler, from Meredith. She goes, Moonie and Dee ASMR. You know what that is, right? The ASMR.
I'm not hip to your lingo.
Well, there's these videos. If you go on YouTube and you just search ASMR, you get a bunch of videos of people that are like whispering, and they talk and they say a lot of things like in a whispering tone, and they'll be like they'll say like okay, because like some people get like triggered, or they get like, I guess, like goosebumps or something with certain sounds, so they whisper and they talk and they're like, kst, 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 kst. Hi, my name's Dee. Today I'm going to, and they do shit like that, and I don't know what it's supposed to do, but
Oh, that's just horrendous.
it's horrible.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I thought you were talking like NPR radio, where they're like,
no, ASMR, like they whisper the whole time, and there's certain sounds that they say in a whispering tone, like the sk, 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 and they'll do that like 10 times, like they'll go sk, sk, and like they're staring into the camera, just sk, 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 and they're doing that, like just like that, and then like they'll be like, psst, 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 psst. Hi, okay, so I have this box, and they do that.
is this supposed to be like a sexual thing, or is this like?
And that's the thing. It's not sexual.
But
It's
I'm
not
trying
at
to
all.
figure out the whole premise of this, because it's doing nothing for me in any capacity, intellectually, any of.
Like,
I'm
it's not-
like, this is so
like
dumb.
it's not sexual at all. It's supposed to, like, I'm not sure what ASMR stands for.
Hey,
It's
stupid.
it's like something with the senses, and it's okay. Like for example, if a person, like if somebody whispers in your ear, and not like sexually, like sometimes like you get chills or something, right? Like you're like, ooh, like, or like you get triggered, or you get like chills, right?
If somebody just whispers in your ear,
Well, I know it happens to me.
okay.
Like-
well, let's speak for yourself here then, because I don't want to really be involved in that whole get chills thing. If somebody whispers in my ear, I'm like, hey, what's up?
Not like whispers, but like not directly in my ear, but like around the neck area. If somebody
Well,
like,
that's a yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
but I'll get, okay, there it is. It's autonomous sensory meridian response, and it triggers people, or it like
So-
gives people like a certain trigger, and it's not sexual. It like some people get goosebumps, some people get like chills, and it's certain sounds. And like for example, some of the ASMR videos, you have people doing this. and they're just doing this the whole time.
So
Like,
my question though is why can't they do that on their own? Why do they even have to like find a video of it? Couldn't they just tap on something or crinkle some paper or whisper to
because I
themselves?
think I think I think it works. They have to hear somebody doing it, and so like they'll have like people doing
Oh
that.
my God, we live in such a snowflakey world. I cannot deal with it's that is just so beyond dumb.
Weird.
That is so
And I
beyond
did,
dumb. Oh my
I
God.
didn't know I didn't know about that.
I'm like angry that that exists. I'm angry. I am
I
angry.
I was watching a YouTuber talk about that, and his reaction was your reaction. He was like, "I can't believe these videos exist. Go look it up. It's so stupid." So then, what did I do? I went and I
You
looked
looked
it
it
up,
up.
and yeah,
They probably paid him to make you go look up that video. That's probably what it is. Nobody will like this. Ugh. Uh,
and and then they'll there's people like instead of like crumpling, like they'll be folding papers and just like, and it's funny because you think it's sexual because the people are looking into the camera. They're like, and it's like,
it's dumb. And,
oh,
and strangely, during this portion of our show, our numbers have dropped significantly, which is so weird because I thought that this kind of talk would be the thing that would really get people into what we do. I thought ratings. How do we get ratings? How do we get ratings? Whisper, crinkle paper. Uh, no, no, that's not it. So I'm going to start reading some comments here. Hopefully, some people come back around if we can get away from this dumb snowflake thing that's existing. Oh my God, how dumb. If you are into this,
uh,
don't ever tell me that you are because I am going to lose it on you. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to tell you, you are dumb.
no, some people apparently it says here it's supposed to be for hypnosis and meditation
No,
aid.
it's for dumb people. It's snowflakey people. Okay.
Oh,
So
what if people that listen to us like it? It to
there
each his
are
own.
not. Oh, if you like it, say it here because I'm going to ridicule you publicly.
No, Moon. No,
I'm
to
gonna.
each his own.
That is not a human thing. That is bad. Bad. All right. So
Uh,
Stephanie says, "Oh gosh, Dee has meds last time. Now we have caffeine. Haha. Love you both. Love you back, Stephanie. Ginger, what's going on? What are you talking about? Well, you don't want to know right now. April, uh, how about is she allowed to snort? Yeah, she's already done a snort tonight. Actually, it's been pretty amazing.
mhm.
Marianne, D a lot has been going on in life. Can you tell me? Oh, I think saying you've had a lot going on in your life. Can you tell me? Oh, she's had a lot going on in her life. Yeah, we're not doing readings tonight, guys. Sorry.
Mm.
LOL, Mixler, you can see it all. You can't see it all. Yeah, that's right, Mixler. You can't see anything. You don't even know what we're doing right now. I could be doing something totally amazing. D could be doing incredible stuff. You'd never know. You'd never know because it only happens here on Paranormal Warehouse. And Laura says something very fitting when she says, "So sad, poor Latino Fruit Loop. No hearts."
Oh.
You made her very sad with that statement.
Oh.
And then April says she likes Facebook because they can see us. Where do falling angels come from? Again, we have to figure out, Tim, is that the biblical sense, or are you talking about uh, soul circle angels, or what are we talking about? Kyle
Fallen
loves,
angels probably just means because if he's talking about
but
fallen angels, the biblical sense, then
we're,
they're
we're talking about demonic entities at that point, right?
yes,
So I
because the
mean,
fallen angels became demons.
yeah, because we fall into a biblical belief system, mainly Christianity based belief system that goes along with that. And usually, when we get into that stuff, I usually end up.
Emily, you're not neglected. I love you. Emily feels neglected.
Oh, we love you, Em. Um, but yeah, it's tough when it comes down to religion because a lot of people are so deeply religious. You have to be really careful what you say because some of the things that I've found in my research completely 100% contradict what's been written in religious texts, and I don't talk about that stuff a lot because it really gets people angry. It gets them really
Hmm.
upset, even though it doesn't discount anything about the religion itself. It's just that it discounts, what men may have written at some point, their interpretation or their manipulation of something. So I'm really careful when I talk about that kind of stuff.
Hmm. That's why you
Ooh,
ask.
ooh. Madam says she can stream to her TV through Facebook. So not only are we on the computer screen and on the phones, we're on the big TV. That's awesome.
Ooh, we're on the big screen.
I like that. April says Mixler after party. She likes that.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. And I promise you, next time we whisper, it won't be dumb whispering.
we'll do NPR Radio. You're listening to the noon hour of. That's what you'll hear us do next time. Amaryllis, I'm probably pronouncing it correctly, says, I love your glasses. Now, we're both wearing glasses, so I don't know if she means both of us, one of us. I don't know.
Which one? Moon or D?
Yeah, tell us which one you like because it's really important. Um, James Carter, we party all the time, Moonie, didn't you know? Of course, James.
Fun.
People who listen to this show, watch this show, pretty much party. We know that. Stephanie says it's okay. We can have our own party. LOL. We can have our own party too, Mixler. Just so you know that.
We can.
We can. Um, James was waiting for me to break into song at some point. And that's honestly that's always a risk, but you know when it comes down to it, D is really the one that will usually break into some song. Um,
I do.
I'm more of a recording studio on stage guy, but you know D will just bust into it every once in a while.
Let's see. What do you think? They're talking about the falling angels over here on Mixler as well.
Yeah, boy guys, you gotta. This, like I said, when you start getting into religious texts, people get really weirded out about some of that stuff. You got to really be careful when you talk about that. Um, and all I can speak to when it comes to that type of stuff is belief system versus research. And
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't even have a belief system about any of that type of stuff, so it doesn't affect me either way. But when we talk about demonic entities, and this is on a serious note, and I've said this before,
Mm-hmm.
astral parasitic life forms. So basically, the demonic entities that we deal with are dimensional and they're like viruses. They have to have a host to survive in our world here. So as far as the full-blown demonic figures and things along those lines, yes, we believe they can project themselves out, but to truly exist and make things happen in our little three-dimensional world, they have to have a host. They have to actually possess someone or oppress someone to make anything happen. So as far as the biblical aspect of it is, being cast out of heaven, so on and so forth, I can't speak to that because I've never heard any entity that's been able to back that up for me. I can't say for sure.
There you go. I want to try to get to 1,000 hearts on Mixler.
Uh, you're still working that Mixler thing, aren't you?
Hey, you know what? Since the last time that I said that we were very low on hearts, we're almost at 800. So,
God bless you, D. God bless you. You're like, you know what it's like? Again, we're going to go back to Star Wars. I'm like Han Solo. I'm like, I think it's just a bunch of religious nonsense, hocus pocus. And you're like, no, Mixler's real. Put on this blaster helmet. I'm going to show you.
Mixler's real.
Philip said something highly inappropriate, and I don't know if he realizes how inappropriate it was. He said, long hair and a box, I'm in.
And that's when I was talking about you. Remember? I'm Moon. I have long hair and I have a box.
I don't like you like that, Philip.
So, I mean,
I like you.
yeah.
I just don't like you like that.
He likes the long hair and the box.
We're going to talk after the show, D. Oh my God, D, you're hilarious, says Christine Granados. Obviously, Christine's had some medication tonight as well. Cora says tickles, D. Kyle says, sweet, thanks, Moon. I'm not sure what that's for, but you are welcome, buddy. You got it. James says Dee's laugh is infectious, like some sort of cold. No, he didn't say some sort of cold. I threw that in the end.
Like some sort of
April says, Christopher Moon, she was talking about your hair. Oh, no, she went there. Yeah, I know. She went there. She
I
went
went
there.
there.
We're going to have a long talk tonight. Dee needs bunny ears now. I've always said that. Kyle says, yes, that's right. April says, coffee grounds and coconut oil for a soft face. April, I will tell you what, you are absolutely right. Dan and I were just talking about this last week. If you really want to open up the pores, there is nothing like coffee grounds to do it. I'll tell you that right now. It's amazing, and it's very natural. Tim says, "Hey, Moon and Dee, I was wondering if fallen angels. We're back to that again. We did answer that one, Tim. We got that one done.
Mm-hmm.
Philip has read about the facing the mirror theory. It's supposed to open a portal. Now I have to try this. Black Swan Inn, yes. I'm flying through here. There's the snort. Everybody loves the D snort. The D snort. I
Of
love.
course.
My personal favorite when we can really make it happen organically is the D snort followed by the FUD. If we can get the D FUD with the snort, and then sometimes there's like the reverse laugh that happens, which we still haven't quite figured out what that one is yet. It's pretty amazing.
Mm.
So I'm sorry, James and Cora both simply said giggity. Um, Philip says he's there all week. He's got a little comedy going for us from Atlanta.
Ooh, never mind.
Just don't do it, D. Just don't do it. There's times you do things, and then there's times you don't.
Yeah,
That
there's
little
actually
voice,
something.
that jumps in there and says, you probably don't want to do that one. Repercussions are going to be so incredible
And
for you.
yeah, you know what I was gonna do.
Can I just do this into the camera here really quick?
What?
Hashtag psychic. Yes, I do know. I do know that
I
one.
know you.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys, and if you wouldn't mind, I know we're insane, and I know tonight's show has gone off the rails because that's usually what happens on these news shows. But if you wouldn't mind sharing the video to your feed, we would really appreciate it. And again, make your friends our friends, and we can all hang out and party and have a good time.
Christy Lynn, thank you. She's on both sides. She's on Mixler and over there.
Hey, Christy
Hello.
Lynn.
David Harding has been on Mixler with me. Thank you so much for hanging out. And Cora's on both. So,
Oh, sweet. Well, I'm glad that everybody likes vinyl too. Um,
of course they do.
April says spirits don't need mirrors to come through when they want to come around. Totally agree with you on that.
I agree.
Colette in England says that laugh cracks me up. DLOLXX.
Yay. Oh, Emily says orbs are balls of energy that can't usually be seen with the naked eye. They are best seen through infrared monitors or captured on digital pictures. Orbs are thought to be spirits and are often found hanging around spiritual locations. I agree with you.
I agree too. Yeah, and I think we talked about this a couple of shows back, but a lot of people always are like, here's the thing that busts me out, and I'm just going to put it out there plainly because this is just the flat facts.
Hmm.
So basically, what an entire generation of people out there think is uh, they're basing their entire opinion on what two plumbers had to say. Okay? I can tell you for a fact that, much respect, I'm not saying anything bad here, but just because somebody has an opinion about something does not make it fact. Just because I tell you something, don't just take it at face value. Research for yourself. Go out and find out for yourself. Try to research and find out. And I will tell you what, we used to get some of the most amazing spirit, not I'm not saying false positive, I'm talking about spirit orb evidence
Hmm.
ever. I mean, you could see faces, you could see full human forms, heads, amazing energies that would come through in these things. And when ghost hunters came on the air and they basically tried to say, oh, it's dust and moisture and it's this and that, it's all false positives. It's not. But they told an entire generation that it was, and it killed any of the research that went into actual spirit or research. So basically, a very small group of us continued to do this and were ridiculed for years until we were able to actually go out and literally prove by speaking to spirits and asking them to do certain things, not telling them, but asking them to do certain things to prove that there was an intelligence that went along with these things. So
And
yeah,
having them respond as,
yeah,
yeah.
it's all in the response. I mean, if things just appear in the room and are unrelated to what's going on, yeah, it could be a false positive. But when you're speaking to something and say, "Can you please come and speak to me? Could you please come towards me?"
And,
And these
yeah.
things come flying at you. "Can you please slow down?" And it slows down. "Can you come through quickly?" It speeds up.
Yeah,
That
it's obviously not going to be dust or anything.
it's an
I mean,
intelligent energy. Yeah.
exactly. Sometimes it is dust. Sometimes it is
There's
some
no
other.
such thing as
Yeah.
dust. There's no such thing as dust.
So, sometimes it is another type of a bug or whatever particle,
I don't
but
understand what you're talking about. That's not real.
it's not. You're right. I'm just completely wrong. There's no such thing as bugs.
I'm kidding. There's false positives everywhere, guys, and I can tell you in a second the difference between a dust orb, a bug, and a genuine spirit orb. I can tell you immediately just because you see them, you know that you react to
Hmm.
them, you work with them. It's just how it works. Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway, sorry that was my
Hmm.
rant for a second, but yes, I agree. I
You agree?
I think we buffered on Paranormal Warehouse. I'm not sure.
We
Uh,
buffered.
Yeah, but we're back.
Oh, we buffered.
Edward,
Oh, well,
Edward, yellow snow is not lemon flavored. I couldn't save him. I couldn't save him.
I've had 5 or 6 golden lights. Ooh, Edward, I know you're reading but I
Ooh,
want to talk too. So, anyways, Edward says I have had 5 or 6 golden lights appear to me after praying once. I asked the one psychic. I asked the one psychic on Dan Class show about it, but they weren't orbs like I have seen in photos, or if it was just small lights like fireflies, and they reacted to me seeing them. She said they were spirits giving me energy. So yeah.
can I actually explain something about that? That's a misconception,
Uh
really
huh.
quickly. Okay, so this is actually a really cool thing, and I'm being serious when I say this. Um, a lot of the time when people pray, they do actually attract higher level beings that come in. Sometimes you'll attract family members, which again you can see in orb energy. But the thing that's usually never talked about is when a vortex first opens up. And it genuinely is an explosion. It looks like energy exploding, like something that blew up. And
Hmm.
usually, when you see those golden lights that come out first, that's
Oh,
the
uh-huh.
initial reaction that takes place. It's like a doorway breaking open or a wall breaking open when you see them start to fly through. I had a really cool picture that I took years ago that we actually published in Haunted Times. We were at the Mason House Inn in Bensport, Iowa, and we're getting ready to do. It was dusk. We were getting ready to go up to the cemetery to do a ghost hunt up there. And I walked outside, and my weird psychic spidey senses kicked in, and I took my camera and I pointed it out towards the park across the street and just snapped a picture. And when I snapped this picture, it was amazing because you can see this red vortex opening, and there is no display. It looks like a whirlwind of light that's coming together,
Hmm.
and that was the spirits that were coming through to follow us up to the cemetery and do the communication. So yeah, and anyway, Margaret West says she prefers the dark side of the moon, and she's laughing. I'm assuming she's talking about my bad side.
Dark Side of the Moon. I have that tattoo.
I, d- I don't know. I think
I
she.
have.
Oh no, I believe your tattoo thing. But I think she's saying that I'm being mean and bad.
Oh, no, no. I don't. Oh, wait. Let me. I don't have moon. No, I have like Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon tattooed. In case people were talking about moon as in moon. I don't have.
No,
No.
no, no.
Before
I
rumors
am
start
not.
flying.
Yeah, I am not tattooed on her. She is not on me. It's not. Let's just cut that now. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. We don't need no education. That's Dee's tattoo. Okay, let's be
That's
clear.
that's my tattoo. The Pink Floyd
Man,
Dark Side of the Moon.
Philip is just on one. He's like, I could say something about a piece of the moon, but I'll refrain. Oh, man, you are getting us in trouble tonight. Janet wanted to know why we're whispering. We're not going back to that. Colette, have that glass of wine and still watch. Have a glass of wine for me. After this is done, I'm going to need a few. Um, It's been a D kind of night. It's been a rough one. I feel like I'm fighting the universe tonight. This is a tough one.
It's been great. Don't even. You're so.
We
Hmm.
don't need no education. Cora, I was listening while I was shopping. See, Cora was listening while she was shopping. That's awesome. So she's out
That's
shopping and
awesome.
she's listening
See?
to us. She can look down and see our faces being weird and wacky.
That's awesome.
Um, okay, April says they want a piece of your box, Christopher Moon. Bah ha 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 ha. Well, you just said the sound that she made.
They want a piece of his box. It's funny. Oh, by the way, and I know I'm like I'm loopy right now, so I'm going back to something you said a couple of minutes ago.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, when you were talking and you were saying about when you what were you saying? When
Oh,
you
I'm
were
glad you're being accurate. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you were you said that you had gone to Bensport, Iowa, and all that. And you were telling that story,
Yes,
and
I
then
was.
you said, and my spidey senses kicked in.
Hmm.
You took that from me.
I thought I took that from Spider-Man, but
No, you took that from me because remember our conversation that we were having a couple weeks back when I told you I think I have spidey senses, and you're like, you're just on medication.
and you were. But
And now the
so
whole
so so
that was
you
our
made
conversation.
you You made you made one reference to Spidey senses. I'm gonna.
No, we had like a 30-minute conversation through Messenger about me having spidey senses, and then we went. I mean, you come on, come on.
Sometimes I just don't know about you, Dee.
Mm, no, no,
I've been watching Spider-Man since I was like 3 years old. But yeah,
no.
no, you're right. That 30-minute conversation gave me the Spidey sense. You're right. That's
It was because
copy. See that this
I
is
said I
copyright.
had spidey
Copyright
senses.
D.
You
Copyright D.
are hilarious. You responded, ha 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 ha
Copyright.
ha.
This is whenever D says anything now. This is the symbol, guys. Copyright D. Okay. I'm glad people are watching Paranormal Warehouse because they could see your face. Hey, Jessica says my phone died. Sad face. But I was gonna say, I think the troll was making angry faces because Moon said he wasn't doing readings when someone asked a question. Oh,
Mm.
I made them mad.
Maybe it was. See, you jump to conclusions. If
And here's
it
another one from
might,
the other eye.
it might not have been a troll. What if it was like, oh my God, what if it was like somebody that, like, I love Moon. I'm his number one fan. Can you give me a reading? And then you said no. So they like gave a little sad, mad face, not because they hate you, but because they were like, hmm. And then like you went off like blah 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 blah. Now they're like,
Well, then I
bro,
guess I broke their little hearts. I'm so
you
sorry.
did.
I'm so sorry. If it said on the little banner, if it said Box Talk with Moonie and Dee, Moon does readings for free tonight, then I would be upset about that. I would say, yes, you're right. I have not done my part. But tonight is just Box Talk. We're just hanging out. It's the news. It's what we do.
Someone's out there.
If you have a broken heart, I'm so sorry. And
They're out there.
I mean that.
Moon.
I'm sorry.
That's what they're doing.
I'm sorry that I made you. Sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry that I made you feel bad and that you almost melted and that I didn't do a free reading for you tonight on a night that I wasn't even supposed to do readings.
You know what though?
I'm sorry.
It's really sad because what if I'm right? Remember.
Well, then they are a melting snowflake, and that's too bad. Bye-bye. Philip says fallen angels are old Victoria's Secret models. That is a very good point, Philip. James thinks that we need to talk more about stimulating golden rods. I'm going to leave that up to D. Um, let's see. April, I sound sensitive and that wound drive me freaking nuts. I'm not sure what that meant. I missed it. What were we talking about? I think we've caught you up on everything at this point. What is the subject? I agree. This is dumb. Let's move on. We're back to the bizarre. Shh, shh, listen. Ugh. Okay. I'd rather hear thunderstorms meditate, Cora. I agree. Let's see. Philip, I will say hi to your sis. Hi, sis of Philip. I don't know who she is. D.
Hmm? Hmm? What?
We're supposed to say hi to Philip's sister.
Oh, hi, Philip's sister. How are you doing? Hi.
D, it's for Zone Flakes. I think that you've created a new cereal, and I think you're the mascot. Um, ratings talk about Star Wars. Oh yeah, maybe that's what made people mad was our Star Wars talk.
Oh.
Ooh, we might have got
But
people
I don't
upset.
but I don't know why because Star Wars good.
Yeah, Star Wars is good, and if you don't like it, you probably shouldn't like us either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't they like Star
I
Wars?
don't know. It's weird not to like Star Wars. That's like people who like Star Trek more than Star Wars. It makes me a little suspicious of them.
My God, thank you, me too.
Just I get a little suspicious. I got
Yeah.
nothing against Star Trek. It's just how could you like
Right?
that
But
franchise more than the Star Wars franchise? It just doesn't make sense to me.
exactly.
It's like I have to look at you a little differently when that happens, and maybe it's my perception, but
But I
it,
think that's why you and I get along so well because we agree on those things. And those are important things to agree on.
wow, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Edward
Yeah.
came up with a really good question. I got to read it again. This is like Edward's third question, but this is really a good one. Okay.
Okay.
And it's serious. Okay, I got a good paranormal question, and it is. Do you
Hmm.
think it is possible to summon and control spirits and demons with the clavicus of Solomon?
Oh, can you read that again?
Do you think it's possible to summon and control spirits and demons with the clavicus of Solomon?
Hmm.
Oh, I'm mispronouncing it. Clavicles of Solomon. I apologize.
To summon demons?
Summon and control spirits and demons, both.
Well, I've never tried to do that, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't mess with the ritual stuff myself. Here's I'll just give you my quick take. I think what it is that sometimes intent is everything. And I think that if you concentrate on something or believe in something enough, it will happen. So yeah, I mean, in general, I do believe that you could. I think, or at least you'd have the illusion that you could. But remember, our friends, the demons out there, are tricky, and they'll make you believe you're in control for a certain amount of time, and then they'll take over, kind of like the Ouija board thing.
How would that work, though?
Well, he says Solomon supposedly controlled them with his seal.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But again, we're talking, back to biblical beliefs and things like that. So it's hard to say. I just think that intent is everything. I really do believe that.
That would be, it's an interesting question because being able to summon spirits, demons, like both and control both, that's when right there we're talking about balance, knowing how to sort of take from both sides, if you will.
The gray thing,
Yes, yes, the gray thing.
right? Yeah,
That,
and that again is a tricky one too, because I would never suggest anybody mess with demons whatsoever.
because
It's a bad
I
idea.
thought at first I thought he just said if it would be possible to summon demons, but you said that he's talking about.
Summoning and controlling them, like having them do your bidding.
But you said only demons, or he was talking
He
about
said
demons.
spirits too. Like basically, you could pull anything interdimensionally and control it for your bidding in this world.
That would have to be knowing how to deal like the gray
Well,
thing.
yeah, I mean, you're getting into like the Necronomicon and some pretty dark
Hmm.
stuff. So, I mean, again, just theory. Yes, I believe it's possible. Would I recommend it? Absolutely not. I don't think it's a good idea. Um, really quickly, Edward brings up a really good point. Hey, leave us long hairs alone. Yes, I totally agree with that. Thank you, brother Longhair. Stick with it. And then Philip was trying to clarify things. He said it's a spirit box. Yeah, okay, Philip, whatever you say. Um, Kyle says best show of all time. Thank you,
Oh,
Kyle. I don't disagree with you. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. We appreciate it. Um, oh boy. Okay, Edward, I'm going to get into this one. What is your take on Tesla? I can never pronounce this word.
Tesla.
No, what's your take on? I can never say this. Basically, it's seeing and hearing things within chaos. So basically, your mind is creating the order that's in it. And I can never say the word. Uh, Okay, so basically, the human mind. So for people who don't know about this, basically, our minds are trained to find uh, recognition in everything. Okay, so in chaos, we try to find recognition. So basically, sometimes people will look into the clouds and they'll see a face. Sometimes people will hear static and hear voices. It's that kind of thing. We're always looking
Oh,
for
you mean when your mind thinks it sees something?
key.
Pareidolia,
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
pareidolia. Yeah,
Pareidolia. Yes, that's exactly it.
pareidolia.
Yeah. I think that is a lot of the cause. Sometimes I watch evidence that people send me and listen to evidence that people
Hmm.
send me, and sometimes to me it's just absolute, what you just said. I can't say the word. Um,
Pareidolia.
Thank you. Because I think people are just looking so hard to find something within it. And then there's the times where it's just blatantly obvious, and I think that's a good difference, and I think it's also a good basis to go back and forth on that. Time travel or dimensional portal. You know, again, this is something that I can't speak to because I just don't know enough about it. The dimensional portals are everywhere. They're infinite. There's rainbow vortex naturally in places. People open vortex on their own. Spirits open vortex. That's hard to say. Is time travel possible? I don't know if it is or
I
isn't.
think it is. I
I,
believe
I,
that it
I
is.
lean towards that. I don't think we're there
Hmm.
yet. I don't think it's been happening or anything along those lines. I don't see it in our world that we're in right now. Does that mean that it's not happening in the near future? maybe it could be, and it could again,
Mm,
like we
real
talked.
quick,
Yeah.
real quick. If you say that you don't think that it's happening in the world that we're in right now,
Hmm.
but in the near future, technically it's already happening.
Wow, man, that's pretty deep. No, yeah, that sounds like a hippie thing. Oh,
No, no, but it's true though.
who's to say it already hasn't happened? And
It's true
if it
because
hasn't, why hasn't it?
you're still thinking of time as a linear thing.
Well, time
And
doesn't exist.
time is not linear. Remember,
But
it's
but
not. It's
but time isn't even.
it's
It does.
cyclic. It's yeah, exactly. It's made up. So time if time travel is possible, and if you're saying that if it's possible in the near future, then it's already possible because if it happened in the near future, it already happened. Do you
Right.
understand?
I totally understand what you're saying, but I'm basing it on the human scale. I'm basing it on our creation of time and how we see things. So in our future, yes, I think that that's where it would come into play. But
And so it already has happened.
okay, D, you went into teacher mode there on me. I see. I see how it is. I see how it is. Amanda says ghosts are people who haven't been able to cross over due to unfinished business. In certain senses, yeah, some are definitely earthbounds are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Colette did send me a video of orbs she got in her house. It was very intriguing. There was a lot of orb activity in her house, and they were definitely spirit orbs. They were not false positives from everything I saw. It was pretty amazing. She just shot it on her
Mm-hmm.
phone. So she's got a lot of visitors in her
Cool.
house, and quite a bit. So it's pretty cool. Um, Edward said that, so you've already repeated what he said, and you've already said that question. That's how far back I am in this chat right now because we've had such an interesting night. Margaret West says I was asked to investigate a relative's apartment due to them seeing a
Mm-hmm.
bright blue orb go through their attic door. I ended up going 3 times. Lots of EVPs and orbs. Yeah, I really think that when you start seeing those strong orb energies, spirit orb energies in locations, that's a great indicator to know that there's something that's taking place. And I've based entire investigations on people saying, "Hey, I've had some activity in my house with orbs," and
Mm-hmm.
that's more than enough for me to come out and take a look. And more times than not, it's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda once again says spirits use divine light, which spirits draw upon electronics. Yes, and we've talked about this one before too, and I know Dee and I have talked about this just personally. Um, Going into these locations, I don't know if you guys have ever run into this being out in the field doing investigations and stuff, but sometimes you go in, you've got all your batteries ready to go, you load up the camera, load up the recorder, get everything ready, and you go and you take your first picture and your camera dies, boom, and then your recorder dies, boom.
Yeah, yeah.
That is spirits draining the energy from your batteries because they're trying to communicate with you and they have to pull energy from somewhere. Great source is batteries, and they'll pull it directly off the batteries. The
Mm-hmm.
funny thing, though, is that if you just take those batteries out for a second, hold them in your hand, then pop them back into the device, guess what? Full charge on the batteries. Try it next time, I promise. You'll find out.
Hmm.
It's amazing. I
Wow.
I should work for a battery company because seriously, people have spent so much money just throwing batteries away, and I could follow behind them with the trash can and just keep them
Then
because
they wouldn't want you to work for them because see, the people would be buying new batteries and you
right,
would
you're right
put them
about that.
on.
You're right about that. They would be angry with me. You're correct. Um, Stephanie says vortexes have so much energy around them, I can't see them, but I can feel them like a sinking sensation. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people do actually feel that magnetic pull almost that comes from a vortex opening. Like in my parents' house, which I call the laboratory. If I ever do experiments there, I haven't in a while, but when I used to do experiments there, you could just feel the room shift. When you would ask spirit to come through, and when the vortexes would start to open, it did. It felt like you were sinking or you were being drained. Incredible feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking a lot, D. Go ahead. I'm just reading through the comments here. I apologize. I was kidding around earlier. I'm not trying to take over the show. I'm trying to make sure that we read everybody's comments in the chat room.
No, we all know that Moon likes to talk, and Dee just sits here. Why aren't you talking now?
That is the biggest fabrication I have ever heard in my life.
Oh my God. If people listen to this show, they know that that's what happens. You just don't let me talk.
Moon, you're the expert. You need to get in there and talk to him. Tell him about all these things that happen. So what does Chris do? Chris does what Dee says and jumps in and says, "Okay, I'll try to jump in here and get everything done." Oh, I'm on so much medication. You got to carry the show today. Okay, I'll jump in and carry the show today. And then, really, 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 Look at the look on her face. I love it. It's awesome. Ah. Hey, did you know that Kyle's in the chat room?
Hi, Kyle.
Hi. Kyle says, would it make you feel better, Moon and Dee, if I told you both a RIP or rip a air biscuit to scare them away? Kyle's willing to use flatulence to scare away the troll. Hey, respect, Kyle. Respect.
All of a sudden we're talking
We got flirting going on, air biscuits. This is
air
amazing.
biscuits.
Oh, Edward has a good point for me, my fellow long hair. He says, I know how you can increase ratings. Mooney, you have to start acting like the chef Gordon Ramsay of the paranormal. Like I have to start getting really mad about things and like yelling, why would you do that?
Who does that?
I don't do that.
What is that?
I don't do that.
What was that noise?
I don't know.
What's that noise? You hear that?
Dee's medication has kicked in, guys.
Do you hear that?
I don't hear what you're talking about.
What was that noise? I know
If
you heard that.
anybody else hears the noise, please say it. I swear I'm not hearing anything.
I heard you from the beginning.
Good medication. Hey,
No.
Christy Lim. Spirit has...
I heard you. Look, come on, guys. Did you all? Aha! Ha 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 ha! They heard it. They heard it on Mixler. They heard it.
Oh, it
Did you
happened.
guys hear
It
that?
happened on Mixler. Everybody, Mixler.
They heard it too. It was you from the beginning of the show saying, "Oh, we've been streaming for a while."
What are you talking about?
You from the beginning of the show.
So
What you said.
you're saying that it's looping, like the Bobby ha 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 Bobby ha 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 ha.
Yeah, but it stopped. It completely stopped. It stopped.
It just happened that one time.
It just happened once, and it was just you saying, "We've been streaming for a while." Yeah. Hi. And then it stopped.
Number one, I don't sound like that. And I would say that honestly, with this mixer, this OBS, which I really focus on the BS portion of it, I really think that that's a possibility because God knows what happens with this thing. This whole sequence system that we use is probably the most paranormal tool that I use in the world. So if anybody ever wants to know how to get the most paranormal results out of anything, use OBS 18.0.1, 64-bit Windows. There you go.
But it was not in my head. It
Well,
did
that's
happen.
good.
They
That's
heard
good.
it too.
No, that's good. That's really good. Christy Lynn says, "Spirit has free will, just like we do. Would you find it not only wrong but disrespectful to try and control the spirit?" Yes, absolutely. I think it would be disrespectful. I would never try to control spirits. They have free will and they're on a higher plane than we are. So there you go. Let's see here. I'm just flying through a few more of these. What's the difference between a vortex and a portal? Honestly, vortex and portal, two different words for the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, there's no difference in that. Sorry, Beck had to have fur babies out. That's okay, April. Understand about the fur babies.
Fur babies?
Yeah, fur children, our animals, our kids, our angels. God, you're heartless, Dee. My God.
I don't know. It's because I mean, you gotta understand. You're throwing words at me. Air biscuits and then fur babies.
Yes, I did throw that at you. I really did.
Did.
Okay, sometimes the tone or sound of things around me shifts. Don't know how else to describe it. Wonder if that's a vortex or a portal. It could be. Yep, I absolutely could be, madam.
Say hi to Amanda. She's in the chat room in Mixer.
Hi, Amanda. How did haircutting go today? I hope you had an awesome day.
She came in and she just wants to know, what have I missed?
Oh my God, what have you missed? Oh, seriously, guys, I wanted to tell you. And I got to make my announcement here in a little bit. If you ever miss an episode of Box Talk's News or Box Talk, go to YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel, Man is the Moon, and you can watch all the episodes there. I post every episode that we do, and there's Ghost Box Chronicles episodes and all that stuff. So, and other dumb stuff that I do, you can watch up there too. So yeah, feel free. But it's Man is the Moon is my YouTube channel. Really quickly before we go on, I want to make this announcement.
Apparently, he owns me because I'm on his YouTube channel.
I thought we already talked about that. Yeah. It's like we haven't had this discussion before. Okay.
Moon owns D, apparently.
Moon owns D. Moon owns D. That's also a
Hashtag.
hashtag. Moon owns D. Um, yeah, might be true. Anyway, no, I want to make an announcement, guys, and I'm going to pull this up so I don't mess this up because I want to get this right.
Okay.
Because we have a big thing happening, and I want to have the date right to tell you because Jessica will kill me if I get this wrong. Okay, so June 17th, 2017. It's a Saturday. The Dark Matters Paranormal Symposium goes to Katie's of Smithstown in Long Island, New York. Featured speakers will be Elizabeth Saint, Ghost of Shepherdstown, Christopher Moon, Ghostbox Chronicles, Dee Garcia, Box Talk Phenomena Encountered, Daniel Kloss, Phenomena Encountered and the Hinsdale House, Lee Elric, The Paranormal Adventurer and Diver, and several others. Tickets will be available soon. Please tune in. And that's my announcement for tonight. And I'll put up a banner probably after the show. If not after the show, tomorrow morning you will see it. But you guys are the first to hear about this. Congratulations. We love you guys. That's why we're telling you first.
And, I have to make a banner.
Oh, Lee has already made the banner.
Oh, he has?
Lee
Okay.
is the banner maker. He made the banner because Dee was sick. So Lee made the banner for this one. And
But did he put our pictures on it?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
And if not, we'll have a second banner made with our pictures on it.
Okay.
But yeah, Katie's of Smithtown, Long Island, New York. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And I'm going to say it like that because that's the New York way to say awesome. Yeah.
June 17th, right?
June 17th. It's a Saturday. And guess what else? Guess what else?
What?
I'm also going to be doing a virtual ticket from that event. And what that means is we're going to run a live stream all day from the event. And you can actually buy a reduced price ticket and watch all the speakers and go along on the ghost hunt that night. And
Hey, that's really cool.
Yeah, and if you buy the VIP ticket, you're actually going to be able to hang out for paranormal karaoke that night because the VIPs are actually going to be in for paranormal karaoke. And you'll be able to watch us all on our paranormal karaoke.
But they're going to watch us all on our paranormal karaoke?
Yes.
But I was going to karaoke. That means they're all going to watch me?
Yep, they're going to watch you. They're going to watch me. They're going to watch you and Dan do your duet. Islands in the Stream.
You and I have to do a duet.
Okay, we can do Dead Embryonic Cells by Sepultura. We can do the duet.
Okay. I don't think I've heard that one before.
Ooh, Jessica's flying out for the event. Yay! Road trip from April. Everybody's going. This is going to be so awesome.
Yeah, of course. Christy Lynn says, Dee, you need to come to Buffalo when you're in New York so we can hang out together. Of course.
Yeah,
I will.
We've got an announcement about another event that's happening up there. We're not going to give it yet, but that'll be happening sometime this year too, right up in that sort of area right there. But yeah, guys, so it's going to be so much fun.
We're gonna have a lot of announcements of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got lots
right?
of cool things happening, and Dee and I mess around on the show, guys. But you know, we're buddies. We kid around, but it's all just part of the fun. We just like to have a good time. And
we love each other.
Yep. And you guys are our friends, and we like that you hang out with us, and we like that you give us hearts and share the video and interact in the shows, and you're cheerleaders, and I mean, you guys are awesome. You guys are really cool, and we've got people that stay up around the world and literally watch us till 4 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't watch
that
this
is
till
awesome.
Yeah, I would not do that. I would not. There's no show in the world that I'd be like, I'm staying up till 4 a.m. But like, people like seriously like stay up and watch this our dumb banter back and forth and our parafacts that we throw out and all the things that we do and all that stuff. We totally appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and sometimes we go into these shows, we don't know exactly where they're going to go, mainly like on these news ones. We kind of say, yeah, let's what the hell, we'll just see what happens. And usually somehow, some way it helps. Sometimes we have trolls that come in, or disgruntled reading people, I don't know, either one. And they get upset or whatever, and then we have the hearts fighting the mad faces. I mean, it's always an adventure. We always have so much fun.
Wow, I just saw something.
Oh, Martin's watching from Germany. Hey, Germany.
Wow, that is awesome. Hello, Germany. I'm Dee. That's Moon.
You said it like they have a learning disability.
I was saying it in a cool way, like posing. But I need to tell you, you know what? I'm so proud of my Mixer peeps. We're up to 1,253 hearts now. 1,254.
Yeah, I don't think
Wow.
we're near that on Paranormal Warehouse. Oh, wait. We surpassed that a long time ago.
You don't have to do
Whatever.
that.
Oh, we're so dumb. We're so dumb, guys. We have so much fun. Oh my gosh, she's crying. We have actually made her cry. She's actually crying. It's happening. Oh, Cor. Oh, Kyle says, honestly, Dia Moon, I have to say you are both remarkable people and absolutely love you both, honestly. Same, Kyle. And we mean that from the bottom of our hearts. We joke around, but we really do love you guys so much.
We do.
And Cora's like, Moonie and Dee, you're my spirit family. Totally agree.
Aw. Love
Yeah,
you.
yeah, guys. We do. And when we say love you, we're not joking around. We really mean that. Okay, we're to the end of the show. We don't want to make our Paranormal Warehouse hosts upset, so we're going to start signing off. For me, I just want to say love you guys, and tune in tomorrow. We will have a show that is going to deal with,
We're going to talk about connecting with your spirit guides.
and we're going to go into that, and I might maybe do a reading tomorrow, so we will see what happens with that. But please tell
You
everybody you know, share, and let them know. Thank you, guys.
All right. Mixer people, stay on Mixer. All right. People on Paranormal Warehouse,
Gotta wrap it up.
smile. Smile and remember to make someone else smile too. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.